you doing, beautiful lady?
I am amazing. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm wonderful.
You look wonderful.
Thank you. I'm chilling. I'm breezy right now.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Yeah.
Because we know you get a little passionate, so.
I do, man.
So it's nice you start calm.
You know? Exactly. Man, just imagine if I started on 10. This shit would be nuts.
No.
Oh, my God. It would be nuts.
Couldn't handle it.
No. I couldn't handle my goddamn self. That's why I don't even masturbate no more. Welcome, everybody, to the Walking Desires podcast.
Welcome to the Walking Desires podcast, home of the intimacy superpower.
Indeed, indeed. Hope everybody out there is well.
Hope you've had a wonderful day, evening, whatever time it is.
Indeed, indeed. And who am I sitting next to?
I am called Goddess, Mistress, sometimes Snacks. Author, intimacy expert, poker enthusiast, internationally known spoken word artist, and world traveler, also known as J. Simone.
I like that name.
Thank you. And who might you be, handsome?
I am... Man, I don't even know. This is what they call me, though. They call me Mr. Yes Lord, Mr. BYB, Mr. Bitch You Better, Mr. Soul Gargler, Mr. Shut 'Em Down, Mr. Make It Happen, Mr. Two at a Time, Mr. Steal Your Girl. I don't have a receipt for this bitch, so you're right. But they all call me the Walking Erotica.
Hey, the Walking Erotica. Let me get it right.
You know, listen.
The Walking Erotica.
Thank you, sexy lady.
Hey. So we have so many things happening today.
We do.
We really do.
Soul searching, you know what I'm saying? Pole searching, you know what I mean? Role searching.
All right now.
You know what I mean?
All right now. Yes, we do a lot. We do a lot in these parts.
Indeed.
We are doper in real life. So if y'all didn't know, that's my hashtag that I use.
Oh, that's a fact. Listen, I just had that conversation with my oldest daughter where I be telling her my life is lit and I be places where it's lit at. And she didn't believe it because it's not on social media.
But my poor sweet summer child.
When I showed her the tapes, she was like, oh my God, you really be out here. I said, yeah.
Exactly.
It's a difference. I said, when you really do it, man, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Got to flex out like that.
Exactly. Ask about us.
Indeed.
And that's how I feel.
We have story time.
Story time. Yay.
Let's get it.
It's my favorite part.
I want to help somebody. Let's go.
Me too. So this one is about, actually, I think it's probably better if you go first.
Okay. You right.
I think it might be better if you go first because mine,
Nah.
Yeah.
Yours is wild. All right. Yeah. We'll start with mine. I met this guy, let's just call him Jay, through my roommate. We hit it off, and after a couple of weeks, I asked him out. We started going on dates and eventually began dating. Fast forward 5 months, he was going to visit his parents and invited me along. When we arrived, his mom asked if I was his boyfriend. He cut her off and referred to me as his friend. I was confused and greeted her anyway. We did the same thing with his dad and his sister. During the ride back, we had a conversation about it. I asked him, were we just friends with benefits? He said no. And I asked him, why did he tell his family that I was just his friend? And he said, because we're not a couple. Then he said, well, what are we? And my man went silent. He remained silent for the rest of the ride. The next day, he acted like nothing had happened. I tried to discuss it with him multiple times, but he brushed it off. I had to move out of my apartment for unrelated reasons, and I didn't tell Jay or my ex-roommate of my new address. I stopped talking to him and replying to his messages. Now, 3 weeks later, he shows up at my door. He told me that he contacted my brother to get my address. He called me an asshole for ghosting him, accused me of cheating on him because he saw me hanging with a girl he didn't like. And I told him that I can hang out with whoever I want, especially since we're not a couple. He cursed me out for a bit before saying that I should have just broken up with him. Again, I thought we weren't a couple. But he ended up leaving and crying. And even though I thought I did the right things, my friends told me I had been a little harsh on him. Am I the asshole for ghosting my boyfriend after he said we weren't a couple? Insert. he is outside. His family knows because during their dinner, they even asked him, did he have any news about his ex-boyfriend?
Wow.
What do you think?
Oh my. So we're a couple to the two of us, basically.
Right.
But when we go meet your family, who knows? So it's not as if you have to hide anything.
Right.
We're not a couple. I'm just your quote unquote friend. Okay. Well, now I know where I stand in your life.
Right.
And so if I want more, or that's something that I thought we'd already discussed, because the other guy, he didn't have an answer. Jay didn't have an answer.
No.
Which means that they've basically been living as a couple this whole time.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm good. I'm going to step back. I'm going to fall all the way back. All the way back. So I probably would have done the same thing. In my younger years.
Oh, you're more responsible now.
I am.
That's funny.
I have matured. We would have had. I would have left a note on the nightstand when I. No, I'm just kidding.
That's mature.
We would have had a conversation, obviously. However, again, it would just been why I'm leaving.
Right.
Not for any other reason than for his edification as to why you won't see me anymore. That's really where I would be. I wouldn't have actually ghosted, although, again, in my younger day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. They would have saw Casper. Huh?
What?
Bought this bitch.
I'm like, he wouldn't have found me. But
that's a fact.
What do you think?
I ain't even gonna lie. That part about, him getting in touch with the brother to find the address, I had a problem with that.
I obviously didn't want you to know. I'm talking to my brother, though. That's my brother.
Right.
Brother, why would you give him my address? Stop it.
Yeah.
This is not for you to give.
Yeah.
But then that's it. He can contact the brother if he wants. Brother, best friend, no people are supposed to give out your address. You don't know what we went through at the end. You don't know if he abused him or something else. You're going to give him his address. That's crazy.
Right.
But,
So apparently the brother like him, and the brother ain't got no type of tight relationship with him, because ain't no way I'm giving out, my sibling address to a motherfucker.
I thought that was just common knowledge.
You know what I mean?
Personally.
That's a fact. Give a fuck if you do like him.
Exactly.
My thoughts on this, I wouldn't have ghosted him, just because I would have had to say, fuck you. That's the only reason I wouldn't have ghosted him. But as far as leaving, I would have got the fuck on. Yeah, and you don't need to know shit, because we cool.
Mm-hmm.
Since we cool and we just friends, how me and my friends work, we ain't talking every day. We ain't necessarily checking up on each other every day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when we check up, we check up. We both know what it is, because life be lifing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like I said, I wouldn't have ghosted him. And but I understand why you did that, because you actually did have the conversation with him. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he couldn't even tell you what was on his mind is a little nuts.
Exactly.
Even if y'all didn't have the conversation about being together, y'all hanging like y'all together, you know what I mean? And it could be assumed. That's the thing about assuming.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you get it, because I was going to cut my man some bail until at the end you said that his family know that he outside.
Yes.
Yeah. So now that's a big ass problem for me, because if they're asking about, your life, about the ex-boyfriend, of course they're asking about the ex-boyfriend, because you didn't say that this was your current boyfriend.
Exactly.
So yes, it's awkward as fuck for my man to be at the table while they having this conversation and they asking about the ex, because they unknowingly don't know what's going on between y'all.
Exactly.
And if you tell them, and then my man even said, are we friends with benefits? He ain't even say nothing about the relationship first.
Exactly. He said no.
Like, he was like,
what? No.
Then what are we? We just, what the fuck? And then
exactly.
You don't get no answer. You know what you are? Out of my life, nigga.
Exactly. You're my ex immediately.
Yeah. You can get the fuck on, man.
Exactly.
I don't even, need that type of, I don't even need that type of person in my life.
No, exactly. Because he's not going to be there for you when the chips are down, obviously. So, no.
And it can't tell you what it is and how it is. Like,
exactly.
you know,
We've been spending all this time together. And again, like you said, he asked about friends with benefits because you just told them I was your friend. And now we're in the car together. You're saying we're definitely not friends with benefits, like frowning upon it. Well, wait a second. You literally just said we were friends.
Right.
So we're now not friends, but not a couple. What? I would absolutely ask you to define it. What are we? I need to know.
Listen, you would have got smacked up coming to my crib, talking that bullshit, and then talking about that I'm cheating on you.
Exactly.
With
Excuse me,
girl,
sir.
Nigga.
No, and it doesn't matter who I'm with. We're not a couple.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not even friends with benefits. You said, so
right.
I'm good. I don't have to tell you anything.
Like, bro, do you know what the what the word or the implementation of cheating is?
Exactly. We have to be together for me to cheat on you.
You cheated on me when you withheld information about who we were.
Exactly.
Exact same thing.
So no, it's like you split us up, not me.
Yeah.
You already said we weren't a couple. We weren't together. Okay, no problem.
Man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Your friends whack if they say that you being too harsh to this man. I mean, I can understand if they like the dude. But that ain't got nothing to do between you and the other guy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's some stuff that need to be understood. Like, and then you went back and double checked with your friends and they still said the same fucking shit?
Yeah, no.
Nah.
No.
Because trust me, if a woman was in that same spot with a guy and she ghosted that motherfucker, none of her friends would be like, oh, you were too harsh on me. Girl, you should have done that. You should have done that.
Or worse. Like what?
Yeah. Like what you... I don't promote violence.
But I'm just saying what the friends would have said. No, I'm just saying. There are some friends.
It is.
So that's all I'm saying. Absolutely. And enough. I think he was okay.
Yeah, he all right. You did the right thing. You got the fuck on and tell that motherfucker if he pull up again, you putting a restraining order on his ass. We don't do
because now he's stalking.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
This is harassment at this point. So, yes. Okay. Story time. My girlfriend and I have been together for over a decade.
Sheesh.
But this has always been a problem. If we have sex and I'm behind her, then I can smell her ass. It basically smells like she's been to the toilet at some point, hasn't cleaned herself very well. There's nothing to see but just the smell. And it's unmissable and present without my face being anywhere near there. It's rare that this isn't the case. When it happens, it takes me completely out of the moment. It actively upsets me, to be honest, but I play it down generally. Because I love her, I don't want to upset her, and I do want a sexual connection with her. That much said, the matter has been raised. On some of these occasions, she's noticed something up, or I've simply managed to sensitively raise it to her. Her response has always been good, a little embarrassed, naturally, but acceptance and willingness to go and clean herself to some degree there and then. But in the long term, the issue just doesn't change. It's like she doesn't gather that even though this has come up multiple times, there's a trend here. She doesn't have generally bad personal hygiene. Other parts of her body don't smell, and she doesn't usually smell about like anything. However, she's not a daily shower person, and I'm sure that has at least something to do with the issue. She showers every 2 to 3 days. I can only imagine that she's not cleaning herself well in between. I shower daily, and I'm quite conscious of my personal hygiene. At this stage, I'm really just unsure what to either make of it or what to do about it. We've both had numerous previous partners. Presumably, none of her prior sexual partners have ever raised it. Maybe. Is this my problem? I've never experienced this with any other women, but is it actually quite normal? If not, then how do I even approach this now at this stage? When we first got together, I expressed some discomfort at her only showering every few days. But that didn't go down too well. I have no idea how to speak to her about how she needs to do a better job of cleaning her butt as part of her everyday hygiene routine.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was laughing my ass off. Damn near the whole time you're reading this shit. It's so much foul shit in there. First of all, you're right. It is a trend. It's a trend because she doesn't clean herself for fucking 48 to 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem, especially when you're talking about being physical with somebody. You know what I mean?
They've been together for 10 years.
That's the other
It's not like it's 10 months. It's 10 years.
Listen.
He's like, how do I change her now? I've been in this a decade.
My man.
What do I do?
My man said that it's rare that it doesn't stink.
I know. It's not as if it's, 9 out of 10 times she's fine.
Whoa.
No, it's probably 9 out of 10 times she's not.
Yeah, 1 out of 10, she all right. Okay.
I want to, maybe she's like 3 out of 10. She's all right.
Man.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10.
You know what? To be totally honest, okay. It is a you issue. The reason why it's a you issue is because you allowed this to go on.
Yes. For 10 years.
For 10 years.
Well, he said he did try to talk to her about every 2 to 3 days. But I'm thinking if in the beginning you knew this and it was a problem then, you stayed all this time.
Yo,
but continue.
I'm not letting it go. I'm not asking this same fucking question 10 years down the road. You know what I'm saying? I would say, honest, because thinking about it, the best thing that you can do is implement some cleanliness practices. Now, she may not want to get under the water every 2 to 3 days. But before we fucking see, and this is where you have to get into being a part of the process of which you want to see happen. So you have to begin to be active. So you can make it a practice that, hey, since I'm having this issue, you ain't got to say, don't say that. But be like, don't say that. Don't say that.
I was going to let you finish, but.
Yeah, you make it worse. Babe, before we have intercourse, let's both go in the bathroom and wash up. We can both go take horse baths. If we don't want to get in the shower, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that way you can and make it a practice to be around each other while you do it. So you can see how she clean. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
You can take a shower with her. Right. Oh my gosh. You know I know. Novel, but yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You can clean her in the shower.
And you could be like, shut up, bitch, grab her hand and take her in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't gonna fight you. Like, it ain't like well, I would hope it ain't like trying to get a kid in the shower. You know what I mean? But if that's your thing, if you go in there every day, if you take a shower every day, you should be inviting her every day.
Agreed.
And invite her until she agrees.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, ooh, babe, I want to really get in between your thighs and shit. But you know that situation. You know what I mean? Come on to him, man. Because, I mean, I'm sweating myself. Like, I wouldn't want, because I'll put myself in a situation before I actually throw it on somebody. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like, shit, I want to take a shower because, I don't want my nuts to be smelling when we doing our thing. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want none of your senses fucked up when we interact. Because if one of them gets messed up, it's going to mess with all of them. And they all going to be out of sync. And for 10 years, it's something about that smell you like. It's something about that shit you like, because
what is interesting to me is if someone said that I smelled, like if someone said that, I would, yes, immediately run to the bathroom. But I feel like from that point on, I would be super focused.
Yes.
It would be something I would have to do regularly because not that I'd still be embarrassed about the first time, but it would cross my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, I would have to. It would just be something I would have to do. She obviously doesn't have this inclination.
I was just going to say, some people are not in the business of self-improvement.
Absolutely. She can't be because you've said this repeatedly and she still continues to smell. You can buy a bidet and attach it to your toilet so that it cleans her. That is a wonderful option. Then it cleans her in between her showers anyway. And then nobody has to worry about this issue anymore.
And wet wipes? Like,
yes, you can put those by the toilet so that she'll do it. I mean, because I really think that at this point you have to have this conversation. And I understand it. I think that it's possible you've been handling it too delicately.
Right.
And so she doesn't understand the severity or how it affects you. And so I think you really need to sit her down, have this conversation in terms that she'll understand. So take something that's really precious to her and show her, if it had this, how would you feel about it? Because obviously you love her. You keep wanting to be close to her, keep connecting with her. And this thing turns you off from doing it. And you need to let her know how you feel about that. And the fact that she won't really acknowledge your concerns. Because if you raise them repeatedly, ask her again how she would feel if there was an issue with you that she raises repeatedly and you just don't do it. I'm sure there's something. Everyone has their something, every couple.
Yeah.
So just the way she feels about it, you feel about this. And this is something she can obviously change. Hopefully you'll work on improving that thing that she really doesn't like either. And you can make a pact to do that.
Right.
That would stimulate her because she really wants you to stop doing X thing. And you really want her to start doing the shower thing. So make a pact that you're both going to work on those things that bother the other. And again, get a bidet. I really think that would help you in this situation.
Or if you talking to her and she just will not do it, you could really turn up by getting into a situation where she's goddamn getting in position, face down, ass up, and you stop the action and you go get some wet wipes and wipe it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you telling her, this is the thing that I've taken from some people especially when it comes to something that may not be as favorable for them. They won't acknowledge that shit. They'll be like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Oh, this. But they will not address it. They won't address themselves about it. They'll address it with you and take what you're saying and draw a conclusion. But then they just throw it in the trash. So a lot of times people don't understand. They don't understand shit until they in the shit. That's funny. But, in the situation, and it is not to embarrass her, it's not to anything like that. Yo, you will not listen to my mouth when I'm telling you that I have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So let me take the actionable steps.
Yes.
To let you know that this is a concern. This, you know what I mean? And
get a little diaper genie so that you can just throw those in there.
Just throw it in there, man.
You don't have to worry about any smells at all. But I think that's a great idea to have wet wipes by the bed. And then, yes, when you do it, I mean, she hopefully will get the idea. The first time, she may be very offended and upset.
Oh, for sure.
And that's okay. Keep doing it.
Yes, keep doing it. Yep.
And she will learn her lesson.
Until you take the reins of this shit.
Exactly. If you keep making me do it, I'm going to do it. You can do it yourself, but you're not. And so that's fine because I don't want to divorce you. I'm going to do this because it's that important.
Yes. And that might turn out to be a kink of her. See,
it might. You never know.
What I'm saying? She might want to ass wipe like a baby.
She might. She may have been waiting for this the whole 10 years.
And she knew it.
And she's just waiting for you.
Listen, as conscious as women are about a lot of shit, their smell, they are conscious of.
That's why I'm saying, I can't imagine that if this has come up repeatedly, she's just like, it's all right, from my butt stink. Like, who thinks that? Ugh.
And my man is saying that.
Exactly.
My husband is saying, he's saying it every time he gets back. Like, listen to me. The stroke changes when that shit happens. Trust me.
Yes.
I'm not as enthused when that whiff comes up. You know what I mean? Especially if I've addressed you about it. But that's what I was saying as far as him. He may not like it, but it's something about it that he likes because the whole 10 years, there are plenty of positions. He ain't stopped that one.
I know. He keeps doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yes, this is, I mean, think about it. Once the smell is gone, it's going to affect you too. It is. Because, I mean, smells are very is something that stimulates your memories and everything else. So it's tied, unfortunately, to your love for this woman. That smell, that scent, because that's her scent to you. So once it's removed, you're going to miss something. And at first you won't know what it is, but it's that. So, I mean, I wish you two well, because this is going to be like a tightrope y'all have to walk upon for a little while.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be offended at first. And then once it's clean all the time, you're going to miss something. So
yes. And real shit, you actually could help her tend to her diet, because maybe if she's eating a lot of protein and stuff like that, like that can cause strong smells. So, and when you're eating a lot of protein, you get a lot of gas and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know if you using Thor's hammer back there, but you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that, you know what I'm saying, you could be knocking some of that gas out, and that might be what it be. Might be what it is. It may not even be her anus per se, or just her smell. It might just be her smell seeping out. You know what I'm saying? She might need to clean her system out. Just
if they have sex every day, her smell mixed with his smell, because remember, she doesn't take showers every day. So it's possible she has them mixed in together too for days.
Yeah, that's true too.
So that's possible as well.
Yeah. You could be smelling some of you, sorry.
Yes.
Just saying.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That absolutely could be part of the problem. But
coerce her, educate her,
yes,
and insert yourself in the actions of wiping ass.
Yes.
If she does not comply, then you wipe ass. And if she still doesn't comply, then, after whatever you do after that, like, I support it. Because if I keep on telling you some shit and you want to act like you don't listen, you can't hear me, then it's like, all right. Then, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's divorce worthy, but goddamn. Like, I don't know.
Yes, but hopefully we gave you enough suggestions and one of them works.
Yes.
Again, bidets and wipes are awesome. But again, have the conversation and bring up something she asked you to do a million times and vice versa, so that she understands the correlation, because lots of people can't understand it.
Yeah. But
especially if it doesn't really bother her. She's like, I don't even understand what you're talking about.
There you go. She might not understand, but it's something that she can relate to.
Exactly. But if it's like, oh, you never put the toilet seat down, and you're like, that doesn't bother me, but it bothers her. There you go. I'll put the toilet seat down if you wash your ass.
Wash your ass. That's a crazy trade-off, but whatever work.
So, yes, I would suggest all of those things.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
But we wish you well. We really do.
Indeed.
So,
always.
I'm sure lots of good things will come from this. I want to know how you feel after the smell's gone, though.
Right. You might not like it as much.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I feel about it. He may not like it as much because he's going to miss it. He's going to miss the smell.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's weird. So, well, I have something that I saw online today.
What you saw online?
It says, trigger warning.
Mm.
A woman's new boyfriend just put hands on her, so she calls her child's father to come and defend her. The child's father immediately comes over, grabs his child, and then leaves without defending the woman against her new boyfriend because, quote, she's not under his protection anymore, end quote. Is he wrong?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's get into that.
Okay. I liked your energy just now. All right, now.
All right. So, I had a situation that was somewhat like this.
Mm-hmm.
Where the boyfriend was getting a little bit, I felt like too rambunctious with the mom.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't tripping off that because, I'm like, we all grown. You know what you picking. You know what I'm saying? You know what you choosing. However, when it spills over, and because I was on the phone, because I was only calling like, hey, I'm coming to pick up my baby.
Mm-hmm.
You. But I hear him arguing with her. They arguing back and forth. It's cool. I don't really give a fuck. I'm on the way. But then I hear my baby in the back.
Mm.
And now I'm like, I'll be there quicker than I was going to be.
Understood.
So I get there. The son comes to the door. They still arguing. My baby comes to the door. I'm like, baby, get your stuff. Go ahead and get in the car. And I call for this man to come outside.
Mm.
So he comes outside and he's on the phone. I'm like, I need you to get off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because we need to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'm on the phone with my mom. I said, okay. Well, your mom finna hear you get chumped out by another man.
Oh.
This is where the fuck I'm at. I don't give a fuck what y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
Because what y'all do is what y'all do. I'm not sure if there's really a problem or y'all get a kick out of this shit. Because I know some people that do.
Mm-hmm.
However, when it comes to my child and her son, because kids, period,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to show this man, this young man,
Mm-hmm.
that it's okay to be barking on his mom, which is another woman,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to teach my daughter that it's okay, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is your first and your last warning.
Mm-hmm.
With me, y'all do whatever when these kids ain't here. But if my kid is in this motherfucking house, you show some type of goddamn respect and you be a role model.
Mm-hmm.
And he sat there and he looked at me and I understand. You better. I didn't ask you, did you understand? You heard exactly what the fuck I said. Because like I said, to me, that's the only issue with me.
Mm-hmm.
You not going to influence my kid the way that you want to influence. Because I feel like, because and with me knowing the mom, I have a rapport with the mom. The way that you acting, you don't have to act that way with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know how she talk. Every woman got a slick mouth. Nigga, grow up.
What? Not me.
Shit. Shit me. You know what I'm saying? Every woman got a slick mouth and every woman knows what to say to get under your skin. Now, you can't stop that. But what you can is how you respond.
True.
And the way you fucking responding, you wouldn't chump off on no man like that. And I know that because you shut the fuck up and ain't say one word when I goddamn got in your face.
Mm.
So see, if you're not going to keep the same energy with me, I need you to keep this energy inside your motherfucking ass and fart it out.
Oh my God.
Because that's some shit that's one of the things that's just unacceptable for me, for a man to be barking off on a woman knowing goddamn well he's not going to do that to another man standing right next to him.
Mm.
Because one thing I like, bitch ass niggas, is consistency. So if you're going to be doing that, I need to hear you doing that all the time. Don't be fucking trying to act like it's cool with me, but then you doing this other type of fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? And watch how the fuck you speak and watch how the fuck you step, especially when it's infants involved. Fuck it. Fuck that was my kid.
Any kid.
Any kid. Fuck is you talking about? From both angles.
Agreed.
No, you're not going to teach this young man that it's okay to do that. I show this young man that I'll fuck you up in front of him before I allow you to talk to his mom like that. Because I know how that goes. I've been in that situation as a kid. I know what the fuck I thought. I just want it different.
Mm-hmm.
But I also can understand how that impresses another motherfucker to think that it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
and for obviously, like for the others to think that it's acceptable for your partner to do that to you.
Right.
You know, and that's not what you want at all. You don't want them having this warped sense of love.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and so I agree with everything that you said. And see, oh no, I mean, I felt safe before, but yay, my hero.
Yes.
But yes, everything that you said is exactly how I feel. So do I feel as though this man should have walked in and then walked out with the child and not said anything to the man? Absolutely not.
No, not at all.
I feel like this man put hands on the mother of your child.
Right.
And your child saw that. Your child was in the house when it happened. So even though you whisked them away, they saw what happened. So my thing is, what you did, perfectly acceptable. That's what I love. But it's not like this woman calls and it's the third time this happened or the fifth time this happened. Because if, let's say, we're together. Like we're there and it's the middle of the night. She calls, somebody put hands on her. Obviously go and say something to him. But if it's like the 5th time she calls, sis,
back
you know
up.
what? We're filing for custody for the baby.
Right.
Because you obviously can't choose a partner that's going to positively influence this baby.
Right.
So now you can't have her. That's what it boils down to for me. The first time, understood. Because now she has a choice to make.
Right.
She knows exactly who he is because he showed her. Now, if you stay with him, that's something else completely.
Yeah.
Now it's definitely my business because I know what's going to happen in the house that my baby lives.
Right.
So if you're continuing to have this around, I can't have my baby there.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
So we just going to have to fight about it.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. You fight with him physically, but I'm just going to take this baby. We fight in court because I'm not having this at all.
Yeah.
So yes, but if it's the first time she calls, absolutely you should go to her defense. Absolutely, without question.
For sure.
Because you need to show these children that there is better in the world.
Indeed.
And they won't know if you just whisk them off and they saw this.
Right.
They have no idea how to wrap their mind around that. They're tiny. They need the guidance. They need to see you protecting her. They need to see that that's not acceptable behavior.
Yep.
And so yes, I absolutely agree with everything you said. I love how passionate you were about it.
Yes.
I mean, I already figured you were. I love you more.
We're not. I love you back. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that because not only it's not just about what, my daughter was witnessing. To me, I thought about it in a myriad of ways. Not just her perspective of what she's thinking. I'm also thinking about her mom. Her mom is embarrassed that this shit is happening.
Of course.
Her mom now has this thing where now her kid, she feels like she can't protect her kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the son thinking that it's okay, or not okay. Not only that, but is this a part of the system? Is this a part of the relationship or any relationship that I'll have to go through with any woman because he was coming to age where he was, started dating and shit.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
It's like, oh, well, should I be smacking my girlfriend? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know.
Right.
I've never seen that, but is that what it's supposed to be?
And the thing is, common sense. Everybody with quote unquote common sense be like, no, they should know it's wrong. Fuck that. It's
How would they know that?
You see in the
exactly. If they see that on a regular basis, oh, that's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, she cries and she's upset, but she stays. This must be what's supposed to happen in a relationship. How would they know any differently? This is their normal. They don't know that relationships operate on a different level.
Right.
They only see this example. It's the way how I say that some people don't necessarily know that they're poor or don't necessarily know that their life is different until they go to someone else's house and they see it. Or like when you have sleepovers when you're young, and you're like, oh, shoot, wait, what? Y'all don't eat together for dinner or y'all don't do this. You would never know. If this is what you see, this is your normal. This is what you grow up believing to be true until you find out different. But when you're, say, a young man or a young lady, you gravitate towards people who are similar to you.
Right.
So if you have a friend who also has a parent who gets abused, oh, well, this must be what adults do.
Yeah, this is what they do.
This is what adults do. I have to prepare myself because this is what it is. And now you go through life believing this is what you deserve.
Right.
And and then if you're the kind of person who's been receiving this, you don't have the backbone to give to your children.
Right.
You don't feel worthy of a lot of things. And so you ingrain that into your children too. So they don't feel worthy to receive other things.
Right.
And no one wants their children growing up believing they're not worthy of something. You want your kids to be able to receive the world. Go after it. Believe it's possible. But if you have someone who accepts this, they oftentimes aren't able to instill that in children.
Right.
And so if that's the case, from any perspective, you need to step in and she needs to feel like, oh, someone will defend me. I don't have to accept this. She can cut him off that same night.
Right.
Because she understands, oh my goodness, you saved me. Thank you. I recognize I shouldn't have to accept that because you didn't even accept that for me.
Right.
Let me not accept that for myself and end this. And that's what you hope she decides. That's really what you want. If not, again, then you have to make a different decision when that arises. But I'm telling you now, if something happens and she calls you for the 5th time, you're not going.
Yeah. No. And that's what it is. Like for me, yeah, the first time, I'm pulling up.
Mm-hmm.
See, because not to say that they've never had arguments.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first, like I said, that was my first time hearing them argue. And even in them arguing, I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all away from my kid?
Mm-hmm.
She said yes. Okay, let it be. But then I hear my kid saying, you shouldn't be talking to my mom like that.
Oh.
It's over with, motherfucker. Man.
If I could teleport, I'd be there.
Listen, I was on the way to the gym. I was going to get my shit in. I said, oh, nope, screw. Let me change this goddamn destination. And let me change it right now.
Mm-hmm. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Because
don't play with me.
Yeah, we not doing that. And I'm a girl dad too. See, and the thing is, I don't like the situation happen. But bitch ass nigga, if you would ever talk to my daughter like that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter, that's what I'm saying. Yep. It's only a matter of time. Once that happened, I'm like, God, thank you. Mm-hmm. You put me in the right place at the right time so I can go ahead and air this shit the fuck out and make it clear. Mm-hmm. This ain't nothing about my house. This ain't nothing about my place or my space. Nigga, that is my life next to you. And I give up mine for mine. Mm-hmm. So you not just gonna walk and talk the way that you want to walk and talk around. You nigga, you better get some etiquette or I beat some into you. Respectfully. Because that's not what we have. That's the fucking problem. Everybody want to do what the fuck they want, how the fuck they want to do it, and not even take into consideration what type of fucking influence that they making on the next motherfucker. Because that'll be one of them old ass niggas talking about the fucking younger generation behind him, how they ain't fucking got no respect. And he ain't show a single fucking ounce for them when he had a fucking problem.
Exactly. It's like you created some of them. You don't even recognize 100%. That. You created some of them with your actions. And that's what we don't need. And honestly, in this situation, you know how strongly I feel. I'm such an activist. How strongly I feel about allies, and that she may have tried to defend herself, but there's nothing like a man stepping to another man. Like you said, he's going to bark at her, but he's not going to bark at you.
Yeah, not at all.
And so that's needed for women in that situation, because what would she have done if she's alone? You don't step up. She might not be able to protect herself, and he's not going to hear it from her.
Right.
He's going to hear it from you, though. And sometimes they need that fear. 99% of the time, they need that fear in them. So he's like, oh, maybe I won't mess with this woman because she's not as easy as I thought. It won't be as simple as I thought. I can't just do what I want to with her because she has somebody else who's going to step up and defend her. And now he's going to think twice. That I could see him, if he's the type who does that, he might have to leave her and find somebody else who doesn't have somebody who's going to defend them.
Oh, he left.
Exactly. That's what happens. That's what happens. He needs somebody weaker. Somebody who doesn't have somebody to defend them.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you know you saved her, but he moved on to somebody who didn't have a you.
Right.
And that's what happened. And so it's like, it's unfortunate, but that's exactly what he did. Mm-hmm. So, I know.
I got passionate about that because, like I said, I'm a girl that I don't play that shit at all. Being in those situations, I totally understand how that can affect a kid because it's only in a choice. Mm-hmm. Because I can't say because I chose not to take on a lot of the bad experiences or repeat a lot of the bad experiences that I went through, that another child wouldn't do the same.
No, people process things differently.
Yes.
And again, if that's your normal, why would you think anything's wrong with it? You don't develop a sense of right and wrong that way. Your sense of right is that. Yeah. Because that's what you've seen. You don't see it as wrong anymore. So if you're someone who beats up on people, you're like, this is what I saw. Yeah. There's no, in your head, you're not thinking I'm doing something wrong. You're doing something normal. You're imitating the people that you knew who loved you most. That's what you think you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I said all of that shit straight. I was like, bro, don't ever use the word bitch around my kid. Ever. Don't you ever do that. Not toward her mama, ever.
mm-hmm.
Ever. Or you will see me again. And that's something that you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I love you enough to spare your motherfucking ass this time. I always start with love.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think because I smile that I don't have a wrath in me.
Mm.
And a lot of times with these motherfuckers, they just need you to get in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they can see. Because I'm not the person that's going to go around and rah and root.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the case, if that's what you want, I want you to look in my eyes and see right behind that. Mm. The only thing that stands between me being a lover and me being a killer is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. I ain't got to muster up shit. It's always there.
Like the Hulk.
Right. I ain't got to be angry to switch. All I need is the situation to change, and I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
Much love. Much love.
Yes. I'm sad that this person did not stand up for the mom. And I hope someone did, but he did not help this situation at all.
Check this out. I can't understand a situation where he didn't stand up for the mom. If you always telling me
you don't need me?
Shit,
oh, that's true.
You don't need me. I'm a bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga. You don't do nothing. Bye, bitch. Don't call me. Do not call me.
Let's hope that wasn't the case.
For you. I mean, I hope that's not the case.
Because she believed him strong enough to be the person to defend her.
Yeah.
In this moment.
He was stronger to see, and that's the thing. She thought that he was strong enough to do it, but she didn't fucking realize that she was going to have to respect him. The reason why I showed the fuck up how I fucking showed up, other than my kid, I showed up for her because we have a mutual respect.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't have no respect for me at all, at any capacity, fuck that bitch.
Oh,
she gonna live her life the way that she gonna live her life. I'ma still say something to the man, but I ain't gonna fucking defend her.
Well, saying something to her, saying something to him may be all that's necessary, though. That's what I'm saying. Because like you said, he'll bark at her, but won't bark at you. So saying something to him just shows him he's not the only one in this situation. And it doesn't say that the father came in and was like, don't speak like this in front of my kid. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
And if at least it had been that, the man would have had to second guess what, you know what I mean? Yeah. He didn't say anything. And I think that's where it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because you didn't even protect your kid from him necessarily. The next time, if she sees him, you didn't do anything. You remove the kid from the situation. But if that man stays because he bullied her into it, because you didn't separate them.
Right.
So he could have scared her that night after you left. He could have done anything.
Right.
Because you basically gave him permission to do whatever he wants to her. He could have scared her into making him stay. Now your kid's there with this man who's scaring his mom every day. What kind of energy is in that house? Right. What is this kid thinking? Unless you're never going to give the kid back, I guess that's something. But if you're planning on returning this kid to their mom, you should say something to this man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes.
Because ain't nothing but a word.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's how I looked at it when I approached it. It ain't nothing but a word. And it's a word that need to be said. Mm-hmm. My job is to protect my kid. Even if it just takes me speaking to you to push my protection for my kid inside of your body.
Mm-hmm. But protecting your kid sometimes means protecting their mom. Even if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Even if you feel some kind of way about it. Because remember, especially in most situations, your kid is around the mom more often than anyone.
Yes.
And so you need the mom to be strong and all of these other things. Don't weaken her by leaving her at the hands of a man who just put his hands on her.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you didn't call the police. You didn't tell him not to speak to her like that in front of your kid. Like you didn't do anything. So